I just realized we did something totally unintentionally. I'm like we're like warm and cold right now. See that?
Oh yeah. You're ice. You're hot, and I'm ice.
Yeah,
absolutely. You're fire and ice. That's
fire and ice. I could not think of that either. So don't feel bad.
Yin yang, fucking whatever.
All right, so
it's
folks,
good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it's great to see all of you. How was everybody's day, Matt? How was your day?
It was a day. Yeah, it was a day, man. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started.
You want to tell the people what you're doing?
I started 75 hard
While
again.
I eat this hot dog.
The same stupid program I did when we started Tech Mess, which is crazy to think it was 2 fucking years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm doing it again, and so I have to work out twice a day and eat an obscenely small amount of calories while Jake slams a chili dog in my ears.
Dude. Check that bad boy out.
If you're in the Discord, you know exactly what I ate for dinner. It wasn't a chili cheese dog. I much would have preferred the chili cheese dog. But
what did you eat?
I had low carb pizzas, but I threw green chili on them to make them feel less insufferable.
Green chili is still low carb.
No cauliflower crust. Cauliflower anything is ridiculously expensive and stupid. So I get these carb chopper tortillas that are made by the Santa Fe.
What? Can you talk? Or
no,
what's going on today?
Can't.
Dude?
I'm gonna have a seizure right now. I don't know.
Sounds like it.
The Santa Fe Tortilla Company makes these carb choppers for like $70 per tortilla. ASMR Tech Month. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is.
Anyway, folks, welcome to another episode of Morbid Message Monday. My name is Jake.
And my name is Matt.
And today we're jumping back into the world of the SCP Foundation. And I am very excited about it, actually, because I did a little more research, did a little learning. We're going to go over object classes. I wrote notes this time. So, it's pretty big. No big deal. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
Soon we'll be in 4D so you can smell that.
Yes, you can smell that. You can feel it, the warmth.
Why not? No STI. Morbid message fuck days? What?
I have no idea what that even means in direct state, but I'm taking it as hatred, and I need you to stop. Anyway, but folks, yes, we're going to jump back into the world of SCP. Matt, have you done any further research into it?
Yeah.
That sounded so legitimate. Yeah, it sounded so real.
I played Control.
Oh, well, that is loosely based on SCP, so I guess brownie points for that.
8D Tech Mess, that's what it'll be. It'll be Jake burping in a never-ending sequence of looping through your ears.
Can't with this right now.
Can't with what, your hair?
I can't. I just can't do it.
You just got to do the high school Jake and just right in front of the eye.
Ha! Anyway, folks. Anyway, without any further ado, let's jump back in to the world of SCP. And I would like to actually jump in by talking about something we forgot to talk about last time. Object classification.
Right.
Now, there are 3 main classifications for SCPs. These determine the danger, basically, of what you're working with here.
Yes.
So, this first classification is known as safe. Now, directly from the site, it says, safe class objects are those anomalies that either sufficiently understood that they are now completely and reliably contained on a permanent basis, or otherwise do not trigger their anomalous effects unless intentionally activated. Classifying an anomaly as safe, however, does not mean that handling or activating it does not pose a threat. Personnel are to be reminded that all special containment procedures and safety protocols are to be observed at all times. Obviously, you want to be safe.
So does that mean that that squishy orange one that we talked about is safe?
Let's find out. That's $9.99.
Yeah, you would think it would be safe because it's so squishy and tickly.
SCP-999 is considered
it's considered safe.
safe. Good. That's
Because
very
all
good.
it wants is hugs. And
All
your
it wants
soul.
is love, dude.
All it
and-
wants is love.
World domination. But we won't get into that.
Yes.
All right. Now, the next type of class is the one that you'll hear from the most often, like the most used class. It's known as Euclid. Euclid class objects are anomalies that are either insufficiently understood or inherently unpredictable, such that reliable containment is not always possible, but does not pose sufficient threat to qualify for Keter classification. We'll get into that in a moment. The vast majority of anomalies cataloged and contained by the Foundation are initially classified as Euclid until they are either sufficiently understood or exhibit sufficient danger to qualify for reclassification. So,
So it's basically like a holding zone. So
yeah.
you bring it in and then it's a Euclid, but it could either be determined to be safe or a Keter.
Kind of. Euclid is just not necessarily fully understood.
Oh, all right. Well,
In a way, yeah. It's kind of like a limbo.
that's the way it sounds. Yeah, it sounds like a quarantine of sorts.
Sure. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the real danger. Why did I do that? What is that? I don't just... Whatever. Keter class objects are anomalies that pose an inherently serious threat to the safety of the Foundation personnel and the rest of mankind, and either require extensive and complex procedures to contain, or cannot be fully contained by the Foundation's current technology and knowledge. These anomalies are generally considered the most dangerous ones in Foundation containment, and all research efforts are directed towards enabling more reliable containment of such anomalies, or, as a last resort, the timely neutralization or destruction of its anomalous effects.
I find it interesting that they can destroy them but not contain them.
You can destroy all things. Containing is the challenge. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
So, now that you have kind of an idea of what we're talking about when it comes to these classes, we will be telling you what each SCP's class is. I might even get a little bit in the containment procedure this time too, because we're going to just go full bore.
Full bore. Full SCP.
But where we last left off was 005. All right, it's hot dog time. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. I'm
taunting
eating a
me,
hot
and
dog in the
do not
middle of the
appreciate it.
podcast. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're on a fucking diet, idiot. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. Oh, yeah. Hot dog. Hot dog time. Hot dog time. Don't fucking come at me. I'm eating a chili dog. You're not eating a chili dog. You ate a fucking carb pizza, idiot.
I'm leaving
Hot dog time.
I'm leaving every ounce of that in the podcast for YouTube. Every single piece of that is going in the YouTube.
Hot dog time, yeah. Hot dog time. I'm eating hot dog. What are you eating? Nothing, because you're on diet, idiot.
Why don't we talk about SCP-006
How about we just eat hot dogs?
before I just disconnect from you?
When you're off 75 hard, I think we need to do a hot dog eating stream.
We can do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We
Bring
can
the
do
hot
that.
dogs.
We'll do a hot dog stream. Hot dog stream. Guys, 1,000 subscribers and we'll do a hot dog stream. And they're covered in one chip.
No,
No.
they are
No.
not. No, I'm not okay with this.
No.
This isn't an eating stream. I
I
just haven't been able to eat.
love how horrified he was. Mukbang. Ugh. Enjoy your page. You know, the whole professional thing, maybe we need to change that. We're not professional by any means.
We sound professional.
We sound fucking wonderful, but God, are we
Sound-
professional?
We
Absolutely
sound
not.
incredible. We sound like pros. And hot dog time is a segment that I need to bring back every once in a while.
Didn't we make a joke last week about starting an OnlyFans, but it was only filled with noodles?
Nope.
Because somebody
We
said,
didn't. Maybe while you were playing with them or something.
I was gonna say somebody said only with nudes, and I said that's right. We'll start an OnlyFans and just fill it with noodles.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, only
That's the only way to do it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 006. Now, when we're talking about 006, we're getting into one of the more impressive anomalies, one of the more useful for life anomalies. This one is known as the Fountain of Youth.
It's been myth and legend for centuries.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently it's just 60 kilometers west of Astrakhan, Russia. Astrakhan, Russia. That is where it is.
Okay.
Now, it's a small spring, and it resides within a chemical factory as a disguise brought forth by the Foundation. Now, the Fountain of Youth has regenerative properties. Regenerative properties. It fixes damaged tissue, and it cures most ailments within a person. Now, in order to handle the Fountain of Youth, or SCP-006, you have to wear what is known as a modified class 6? 4? 6? 6. Ah, got him! BNC suit. If at any time personnel come into contact with SCP-006 or liquid from SCP-006, they are to be confined and terminated after sufficient studies are done.
Really?
So don't be thinking you're going to be getting no youth fountain up in your lifestyle. Due to the nature of SCP-006, the most effective termination method is incineration. Mm-hmm. For full report, there is a SCP log that you can look at that we're not going to look at. As of now, only the Russians and the Foundation are aware of its existence, and it is deemed safe.
Oh, good. You would hope that the Fountain of Youth would be deemed safe.
Hot dog town.
See, I told you the whole professional thing just out the window. Hopefully.
What's that? That's an empty thing. There's no hot dog in there. What are you doing, idiot? You're having stupid pizza, idiot. I'll have you know, I am currently fucking with my stomach instead.
Yeah, that hot dog is going to do real well for that.
All right. Now, just as serious as hot dog time is this next SCP. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Jack. I was really hungry. I just haven't been able to eat. Fucking hungry. You got to deal with me for a second. Matt didn't take 20 minutes off of his life.
No.
Who needs the extra 20? You know what I mean?
He's going to poop after the podcast.
Oh. Oh, yeah. All right. 007 is known as the Abdominal Planet. Now, I mean, you can kind of picture it. Abdominal Planet.
Yeah.
The SCP itself is actually housed within a 25 to 28-year-old human host.
Ugh.
Now, the reason I say 25 to 28 is because they assume that he's about 25, but he himself says he's 28. He also says that he has a name and a driver's license. Whoa! What's going on? Professional podcast.
Yeah, very professional.
Professional. Incredibly professional. So professional. You know, you just don't understand.
That we're talking about non-existent things.
So, yes. He says he has a name. Now, the name has been redacted, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't know.
He says he has a birth certificate. Can't find it. He has a social security number that he remembers that has not yet been assigned to anyone. Now,
interesting.
Yes. It's also poignant to note that the human housing for 007 has requested a computer with internet several times, but it has been denied each time.
Why would you let that have so much power? Right?
Yeah, well, absolutely. And the thing is, the SCP itself is the planet within him. I mean, it's literally a mini planet.
So he's just a host for the mini planet.
Exactly. That's made up of...
What's on the mini planet?
Dirt, soil, like, and water and grass. Like, it's like a...
Good.
It's like a little miniature version of Earth,
well,
to be honest.
For some reason, the mini planet wants internet access, and I'd like to know why the mini planet wants internet access.
I don't think the internet, the planet does. I think the SCP,
I feel like it's
the
the planet
kid,
controlling
the guy.
the kid. The guy.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe he's missing all of his vital organs, and it's all just replaced with a fucking planet.
Oh, that's gross.
Maybe not the heart. because he still has a chest, but
It's still
like
got a beat.
liver and everything
heart.
below, all that kind of stuff, gone.
Who needs a
Planet.
liver when you've got a planet in your gut?
Now, even though he has to live in a 10 by 10 room, he maintains a pretty cool head when the psychological, with the therapist or whatever, comes in and plays chess with him. If he loses, it's not a big deal.
It's good.
He lives in a 10 by 10 or 10 meter by 10 meter room with normal furnishings. You know, he's just a normal guy. No big deal. Got myself a planet in my body, no big deal. Whatever.
Yeah.
Now, when he was questioned about the planet's origins, the subject replied, I just woke up one day and there it was. I don't have any idea how it got there.
Kidney, liver, intestines, gone. Just replaced by a planet.
No big deal. He said that it doesn't cause him any harm. I mean, he's just the host to a planet.
The host to a weird thing.
Now, it should be noted that 007 is not permitted to leave the room under any circumstances, and deadly force can be used if necessary. Ooh. Now, 007 is also deemed Euclid, which, if you'll go back to your glossary, Euclid is not... It's kind of like limbo, like Matt said.
I feel like you would know if you had a planet just randomly show up in your bowels.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you'd just be like, whatever, fuck it. You know.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Indirect Stick says, how did he know? He looked down. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's probably what happened.
When you wake up and you look pregnant, something changed.
Nope, it's not that, dude. You can see. Look it up. Look up. It's like open. His body cavity is open.
SCP-007. SCP-007. Let's see. Let's find out. Ooh.
Yeah, dude. See?
Oh, well, that's how he knew. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly how he knew.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, he looked down. Boom. There's the planet.
Boom.
You
It's
know,
just abs gone. Just
full-on civilization growing within your stomach.
good.
What's happening to my stomach right now after hot dog time? Am I right? Let's go.
No.
Civilization of something. Anyway, 007 is an interesting one, but there's not a whole lot else known about him. So what I will say, let me see. Let me go to his actual page and see if I'm missing anything. No, I mean, it's just, he was named, he's requested computer with internet, but right now he's just kind of living life, man, you know?
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah. No, he's not allowed out of his room, which is kind of a bummer. But
Pretty boring life. You got a planet sitting in your chest or your cavity and you can't leave.
yeah, you know,
Like, why can't he leave, right?
that is a good question. Now, an interesting thing, 008 is actually hidden behind a clearance level.
Oh, shit.
Thankfully, I am level 4 clearance now.
Oh, when did you get that? We gotta throw
So,
a pizza party for that. Who the hell
party.
gave you that?
no, dude, it's hot dog time.
Hot dog.
They saw it and they were like, dude, level 4.
I'm like,
Granted.
fuck, man. He sings so good. Level 4 clearance is granted.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing about SCP-008. The name is kind of a dead giveaway. So I'm going to say the name in a little bit. However, this is what will happen. It's transmissible through blood and mucus, and it is a virus. Okay. It's not good. It's very bad, in fact. It makes you lose all of your major function. You basically die, and you come back. You have high fever. It's just this like weird... It's called the zombie plague. So SCP-008 is the virus itself known as the zombie plague. Now, interesting thing about SCP-008 is it is contained, but it's considered Euclid, so it could possibly get out.
And why they wouldn't destroy this one? Who knows?
Oh, dude, are you serious? Like, do you think the government would destroy a zombie virus?
Like, why would they keep it? I feel like keeping it's a bad idea.
I don't. I feel like they're going to... Well, I do feel like it's a bad idea personally, but I feel like they...
I don't. I think we should totally keep it.
I think we should absolutely...
obliterate the planet.
Should absolutely do our damnedest to make everybody try to eat one another. It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's when we run out of food, the next step is to release 008.
Yes. However, 008 does have a cure in the form of another SCP, SCP-500, known as Panacea.
Oh.
Now, panacea, we'll go over it in a little bit more detail at some point, but as of right now, it's basically like a drug that literally cures all ailments in life.
Interesting.
Nothing can't be cured by panacea. Literally.
That's cool. I want it.
Is there a 006? Yeah, we talked about 006. That was the Fountain of Youth, man. Where were you?
The Fountain of Youth.
Hot dog time not jog your memory?
No.
Anyway, now, 008 is considered to not be of this earth, meaning it's of alien origin, and they don't know exactly enough about it to tell. However, at the moment, 008 is in control of the Russians. I mean, it's in Russian control.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So while it is contained and while it's not necessarily easy to get out, it's it's being controlled by the Russians. So,
I mean,
not a great idea. Now,
yeah, no, it's not good.
No.
That shouldn't be in their hands.
no, definitely not. Now, symptoms onset within 3 hours, and they're remarkably similar to zombies, right down to the termination via cranial trauma. I mean, like, you have to smash the skull to get this
Right.
out. You know what I mean? Now, somehow, even though it's a like literal fucking nightmare waiting to be unleashed, it's considered Euclid. I think it's Keter, but I don't know.
I would say it's Keter because that's kind of that's like unleash it and it's over.
Everybody's dead.
Have you seen Walking Dead? You don't come back from that.
Don't dead. Open
You-
inside.
You just keep going for season after season after season after season
Until everybody decides to stop watching you because
nobody wants to watch it anymore, but it still keeps going.
It's true. I saw a thing the other day, side note. It was a meme and it was like, when did you stop watching The Walking Dead? And it was like after Bland left, after a person died, after this happened, after that happened. And I was like, after season 2.
It was after season 6, I think, for me.
Oh my God, you got much further than I did.
Hey,
Season 1 was fine. It was a pretty decent adaptation, in my opinion.
season 6 was actually really good. It was solid.
But season 2, it just fell apart for me and I was just over it, you know? I was, you know? Absolutely.
That's how I was with Lost.
Fair. I think that's how a lot of people were with Lost. Admittedly.
We promise
Now-
they're not dead.
We promise they're not dead, but they might be.
dead!
Wait, they're dead and in limbo. Fuck you. Spoilers for Lost. 009 is our next SCP. Now, 009 is known as red ice. It's a generally tame substance, and it's just like a pretty much red water, okay? It's not too dangerous. However, it's known to very easily contaminate H2O. I mean, like, just immediately. And once it's exposed to human subjects and surfaces, 4 things happen. Now, this is a list directly from the wiki. 1. Initial exposure. Subject is exposed to SCP-009 and it begins assimilating any moisture present on the exposed surface. Creatures in this stage do not commonly notice any unusual symptom except for a slight warming sensation. It's just like, oh, my hands are nice and warm.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of warm, we put the AC on in the house.
Yeah.
It's like 65 in the house right now, and I'm so happy about it.
I figured
It's
out
amazing.
that my motor in my air conditioner fell. It shifted. And so the belt was barely being pulled. And so when I shifted it back up and reinstalled it, oh my God, that thing just like chills the house.
Oh, dude.
So wonderful.
Shout out to AC, you know what I mean?
And then it got cold again.
Don't remind me. It's kind of annoying. Now, the second stage is surface conversion. Frost begins to form on the exposed area as the heat produced by the subject and SCP-009 itself raises its temperature above 0 degrees Celsius. This stage can take anywhere from 1 minute to redacted hours, during which time subjects begin to feel redacted crystals form from the epidermis. Now I want you to read number 3.
Sounds like a warm freezing. Deep tissue conversion, exponential increase in temperature of SCP-009. I knew you were going to fucking do something like this. Causes runaway reaction throughout the subject's body, resulting in redacted Actual blood loss is minimal due to ice crystals, allowing subject to remain alive and conscious for up to redacted hours, and then data expunged. Moist, but kind of frozen moist.
Yeah.
You're like
absolutely.
you're like a weird quasi-frozen moist.
Quasi-frozo.
Quasi-frozo.
Yeah.
You know, from that childhood movie.
You know, Red Ice and the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
SCP from Notre Dame.
Indirect Steak, I'm not going to sing.
You'll have to go back and watch the VOD to hear him singing.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Hot dog time. Anyway, now, 010 are known only as the Callers of Control. Now, 010 is an interesting one. It's 6 identical iron collars that when put on a subject hold on, I got to scratch my mustache. That when put on a subject, take total control of the subject. They're found in the basement of a man living in the Midwest U.S. It's controlled by a single remote powered by 100-volt batteries. Now, the way that they found these in the first place is the police raided the man's house as they had seen many missing persons cases going on. Okay, and they found he was the top subject. Now, when they raided his house, they found that SCP-010 was there, as well as several dead bodies. Several. One of the bodies was identified to be the man himself. The others were several other missing people. The cause of death seemed to be mass suicide. However, there were signs of significant struggle first. Now, I find this one really interesting because they obviously, you know, we have a serial killer here who made a crazy collars to put on people. Okay. And then he has like a receiver, a transmitter that has like a CRT screen in it with like buttons, and it's just crazy. And what's on it is a label in Russian that's stamped into the metal along the logo.
Oh, okay.
Now, no official Russian corporation or government agency uses the logo that was stamped. However, it's interesting to kind of to look at this because, yeah, I mean, he was obviously using this to control people, and then he made them all kill themselves, and then finally ended his own life. Now, the object class for the callers is considered safe because they know really all about it. It's actually in numbered lock boxes at Site 19, and they're not to be worn by anyone but test subjects.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so test subjects, you know, have to put it on and you know, whatever. They only should be removed from storage for testing as well. But I mean, if it gets in the wrong person's hands, I mean, it's over. So yeah, those were SCP-006 through 10.
Pretty spooky stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as much as I would like to end it here, we did in the last episode determine that we would allow folks to choose an SCP that they wanted us to go over. So, does anybody have one that they would like us to go over?
Somebody pick a number between 1
and 6,999.
Yeah.
Yes. Pick a number between 1 and 6,999. Actually,
just toss
between
a
11.
Number.
Between 11 and 699.
Yeah. 42.
Dad, it's all you, bud.
Oh, wait.
3,592. Let me look at 42.
All right. What's 42?
Because that's the answer to the life, the universe, and everything.
That is true.
And then 3,529. We already talked about 69 in the last one.
All right, we'll do two of them.
We'll do two of them. Okay, so we'll do 42 first, and then we'll do Matness's 3,529. 42 is fantastic. 42 is known as a formerly winged horse.
In other words, a normal fucking horse.
It's formerly winged. Formerly.
It was a Pegasus, now it is just a horse.
Now, SCP-42 is an animal believed to be a member of the genus Equus. Its coat is white in color with some small brown spotting. It stands at 183 centimeters. That converts to feet somehow to its withers and weighs 710 kilograms, which is heavy pounds too, like 1,400 pounds.
It's a heavy horse. Horses are generally pretty heavy.
I don't know why everything's in metric here. I guess that's the smarter way. Whatever. Yeah. Its weight has dropped significantly since it's been in the Foundation custody due to both atrophy from lack of physical activity and refusal to eat. Mm-hmm. Now, they force a liquid nutrient diet on the horse. Oh, poor thing. And it exhibits 2 large bone protrusions from its back, linked to a powerful musculature, now atrophied, through its back. These bones end at 37 centimeters from the surface of its back, and they protrude from the skin at open, ragged wounds. To date, no healing has been observed of these wounds, though some clotting must be taking place for 42 to have not bled out. Now, 42 exhibits I'll let you do the next one. So pull it up.
42 exhibits a listless.
No. I mean, you will do madnesses.
Oh, you want me to do that one? Okay,
yes, gotcha, exactly. Gotcha. I should have been more specific.
Yeah, you should have been. You weren't.
Hey, shut your fucking mouth. I know all you had was low carb pizza, and I had hot dog time. So
read about the horse.
On this one. You to pass on this one.
SCP
exhibits a listless demeanor and has been unresponsive to any attempt by skilled handlers to incite activity. If allowed to do so, SCP-42 will lay down on the ground immobile, not moving to eat, drink, or relieve itself. Oh, poor thing. Pain response conditioning has proved somewhat effective in getting SCP-42 to rise so that it can be cleaned. But eventually it will attempt to lay down again, no matter the strength of the shock administered. Fuck, this is rude. What do you mean a formerly winged horse? There's nothing about wings.
Rude.
Researchers are divided as to SCP-42's level of intelligence. While some believe that it's simply an animal no smarter than others of its genus, others have come to believe that it may, in fact, be sapient. It has been shown to make eye contact with persons entering Paddock 12, most of whom describe its looks as pleading. 42 has been involved in accidents on multiple occasions where it has been injured on pieces of equipment or in its enclosure, which those arguing for intelligence believe to have been intentionally caused by SCP-42.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean, as far as containing him, they just keep him in this paddock, and I mean, it seems that he doesn't really do anything.
Interesting. All right.
He's made to stand in the paddock is surrounded by electrical wire, so he can't run out.
Right.
It's just rough. Just rough. But medical personnel examining the wounds on SCP-42's back are to be closely monitored at all times, lest they attempt to euthanize the poor thing. Mm-hmm. That's awful. Just let it die, you know? Whoa, wait a minute. There's an interesting addendum here. Okay. A request was submitted by Dr. P. Redacted. Dr. Predacted. To transfer 42 to Bioresearch Area on Redacted 19 Redacted, which was approved by 05-5. Dr. P. Redacted altered transportation documents to indicate that SCP-42 was to be airlifted rather than transported by armed convoy. During transit, Dr. P. Redacted overpowered the pilot of the transport aircraft and took control. Plunging the craft into a steep dive, passengers and cargo experienced nearly a minute of weightlessness before security personnel regained control of the aircraft and leveled off. As Dr. P. Redacted was being bound and the plane landed, 42 broke free of containment and kicked 2 security personnel to death in the cargo area. Fuck yeah, let's go.
All right.
Cargo bay security footage shows that at this point, 42 approached Dr. P. Redacted, touched his muzzle to his face. Dr. P. Redacted exhibited signs of euphoria while contact was maintained, but when additional security personnel subdued 42 with a tranquilizer dart, contact was broken. He collapsed into a catatonic state from which he did not recover. After hearing concerning his actions, Dr. P. Redacted was euthanized while under Foundation medical care.
Good God.
So they just murdered him. Dead. Goodbye. See you never, Dr. Predacted. Damn. I want to know where the wings are, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That sounds
I
like they were
know.
ripped
It's the
off.
things that were, that were like
The
protruding out of
bones.
his
It's the
back.
bones. That's what's left of them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm
What is
right.
it?
I'm right.
3,500 and 259 or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right.
Well, you're supposed to find it. So.
No, I found it. SCP-3529, the designation of a phenomenon affecting between 5 to 7% of snakes belonging to the family Pythonidae. While individually What? Did you just read the name? You read the name?
Matt didn't read the name. Come on. The name is snake equals snack equal cute. Ooh.
Cute. Ooh. While individually non-anomalous, these snakes, designated SCP-3529-1, begin exhibiting anomalous effects once several of them are gathered in one place. Once a suitable number has been reached, SCP-3529-1 instances will begin to use their bodies to create various letters and symbols in order to imitate the programming language Python. Once a line of code has been completed, an additional instance will bite the instance that makes up the final symbol. Executing the line of code, the code generated by SCP-3529 will immediately affect reality around the instance, restructuring it to match the output. I'm going to mute you. Of the code given, SCP-35291 will typically create code to alter their environment, generating food, shelter whenever necessary.
Hydrate.
Yeah. Do that. This appears to be how SCP-352... Well, I already did.
Oh, Mr.
Reproduces non-anomalous mating has been observed between captive instances. The code created is simple in structure, rarely consisting of anything more than simple math, loops, lists, and basic functions. Variable names often appear generic with a general...
I'm a little snake.
I hate you. The general name affecting everything that could...
snakes in this motherfucker.
I hate you so much. Affecting everything that could theoretically be classified under the name the variable tree, for instance, refers to all trees within SCP-3529's area of effect, regardless of species, distance, or size, unless otherwise specified.
I'm a cute little snake.
And then there's a bunch of code.
Well, why don't you read the code?
I'm not reading the code. It's Python code. I'm not reading the code.
I'm a snake. You didn't like that?
No. No.
I'll keep y'all hydrated while reading. Oh my God.
In other words, it's a snake that duplicates itself and everything around it by using its body to create Python code. And it's Euclid, so nobody knows what to do with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Euclid, man. Those damn snakes, they're coding.
The sneaky snakes.
I'm a sneaky snake. Don't worry about me. I'm just a little snake.
I've ever bought in my life.
Well, that's not good. I love my chair. It's a great chair. However, my chair is not an SCP. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Morbid Message Monday, SCP Foundation Edition.
Yeah.
I would like to say I enjoyed all of this research, and I enjoyed the SCPs that you chose. And if you're listening at home, you too could choose the SCP the next time we decide to do this, which I don't know when that'll be, because next week we have Fabernator coming on. Mm-hmm. He will be on for a meeting of the Masonic Minds. And then the week after that, I believe, we're looking into astral projection.
Ooh, shit.
So I'm excited about that one for sure.
That is going to be a good one. Very good one.
Yes, but I hope you enjoyed learning more about the SCP Foundation today, whether it be object classification or XYZ or anything else along the lines. Now, I do also want to thank you for the SCP. Oh,
we get a raid.
Thank you
so much.
Indirect Steak with the raid.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you. Anyway. Roy's Para Club, good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Roy, how are you, buddy?
But now that we've gone through all of that, I would like to say it's time to end the podcast.
Yes, It is.
Don't forget to follow us on all the things. We are on literally all of the things. Matt can guide you in that direction. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube.
Boom.
Do all that good stuff because it does really help us. And if you do subscribe on YouTube, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It's fun.
There's a lot of good stuff on there, guys. There's a lot of good stuff.
We do this live every Monday, twitch.tv/tech_mess. If you want to see, what did I call it? Hot dog time?
Hot dog time? Yeah.
Hot dog time in person next time.
Command still doesn't do anything text, but I'm gonna make it do something. I'm gonna steal your idea and make it do something.
I would like to direct those of you watching at home to this thought process. What is wrong with me? But folks, I'm glad that you joined us today for another episode of Morbid Message Monday. My name is Jake.
And my name is Matt.
And I hope whatever, oh my God, why can't I talk today?
No, you don't know the outro. You fucked it up.
I had it, dude. What is the stupid outro? There's daytime, nighttime, anytime at all. What is it? Daytime, nighttime, anytime.
Fuck it. Just say something.
And well.
Goodbye. That's fantastic.
How does it go? Actually, it's going to bother me.
I don't remember. I'm too tired. And I'm trying to rename the stream.
Does anybody remember? I'm curious. Because I'm a little distraught that I forgot this.
I mean, you could just pull up an old podcast episode.
I could. I'm not going to. Nighttime, anytime at all. I hope it's a great time. And well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it be daytime, nighttime, anytime at all. I hope it's a great time. And well.
Goodbye.